Hi everyone, it's Weister here. While talking about today's topic, I will be playing Cyberpunk. It's one of the few offline games that I actually like, and yeah, I will be just riding around quite randomly so that I can more concentrate on talking, because multitasking is not that great for me. Yeah, nothing interesting, maybe gameplay wise, other than seeing some views, but I hope the talk is interesting enough. So today's topic is about stress. Are games or is gaming causing stress or reducing stress? And of course, this is just from my perspective, in my opinion, just my point of view. I'm not saying I'm an expert on this topic, not at all, but I do have some thoughts on it. So let's begin. So I do think that it depends. It depends on what type of games you play. It depends on your personality, and it depends on how do you play games. I think so. So personality, of course, in sense that if you are someone who, for example, becomes easily irritated, or if you are someone who becomes maybe overly competitive, if you are someone who can't stop comparing yourself to others, or any such reasons, then maybe it's causing you stress. So, for example, especially if you are playing competitive games or games that encourages you to maybe, for example, compete against others, where you have to rank against others, it can actually become quite stressful if you care about such things. So in that sense, I would say maybe playing an online games can become an issue. Playing offline games probably less, but of course, if you find it difficult to complete a mission, if you find it difficult to proceed or something like this, then I guess it could, of course, irritate you a bit, frustrate you a bit. But definitely, there are many less reasons why you would get irritated or frustrated or basically stressed in an offline game. While when it comes to online games, for sure it can get quite bad, you know. Not just the competitiveness and everything like that, but also online games usually have other players who can be quite toxic at times, and for sure it can probably get quite heated. It can probably affect you if you have to hear some things you don't want to hear, if people start bullying you, harassing you, or just saying some bad things to, I don't know, feed their own desires, make themselves feel better. Uh, anyway, there are many reasons why it can affect you. But other than toxicity, I think there are many other reasons that can affect you even if you are not talking to others. As I mentioned before, just ranking up against others and being competitive. So if you are doing PvP and someone takes you down, and maybe you think for whatever reason that either it was because of your computer, because of your mouse, because of your keyboard, because of the internet, the lag caused by it, because of high ping, latency, whatever, you know. And I have seen quite bad things with my own eyes even. But yeah, for sure people can get, let's say, pissed off about certain things that affect some people but may not affect other people. So again, it all depends on how seriously you take gaming, your approach, and so on. So for sure, if you are a very calm person, you are playing just for fun, you don't care about winning or losing, you only care about experience, then I'm sure it will be easier on you even if you do lose fights, maybe many fights in a row, many challenges, and so on. So yeah, it all depends on your personality, I guess, the way you approach games and the way you, I guess, handle such situations and so on. I think something that definitely affects people's mood, people's maybe even behavior a lot is when they are playing gacha games. So when they are included in the RNG game where things are random. And you know, there are people who are maybe more lucky, there are people who are less lucky, and especially the people who are probably less lucky would be affected by it. So much so that I have seen people get quite frustrated, want to quit a game, want to maybe curse a little bit, maybe blame the developers, and so on and so on. So yeah, it's definitely something that can cause a lot of stress to many, but nowadays this type of games have become quite popular for whatever reason. I guess people like to play with their wallet, people like an online casino. Okay, seems like my driving skills are superb, but let's try again. And also, the last thing that comes to my mind is that some people would probably get a lot of stress because of basically playing too much. So that maybe it can, for example, affect their real life, their studies, their work, their relationship with people, and possibly affect their sleep schedule and so on. And of course, if you are not getting enough sleep and so on, then most likely your health will suffer anyway. So definitely there are many reasons why it can be stressful, but as much as I know, actually to many people it can be a way to relieve stress. So let's get to the positives, at least how I see it. So first thing that comes to my mind is, let's imagine, so you're coming home from work, school, or whatever, you had a tough day, and now you're at home, you can sit down, relax, open a game you like, and all of a sudden you are in a different world, in a virtual world, but despite that you are immersed, at least to some extent, I guess, and the rules or stress or whatever you have in real life don't apply maybe in that virtual world. So yeah, now you can basically have like a second life, and you can choose the kind of game you want to play, the kind of world you want to live in, the kind of rules you want to play by, so to say. So yeah, basically it's like a way to escape from real life. I think it's totally fine to take some time off and maybe get some tension off your shoulders, and later when you start dealing with real life again, you're probably less stressed, and yeah, you can just have a more clear, relaxed mindset. Another pro is that I think video games can make you think. For example, playing Cyberpunk right now, it has definitely made me think about certain things. For example, playing this game has made me think about the future, because it is 2077, the year of 2077, and it is showing one possible future. So yeah, it has made me think about certain things that can maybe happen in the future, how the future can look like. And also just usually there are some puzzles maybe, or yeah, some kind of situations that you have to solve, some challenges, and sometimes it does require you to think quite a lot, to think outside of the box, to come up with some solutions, and can definitely improve your brain development to some extent. And also, for example, I learned English by playing games, well, mainly online games, but still, because majority of the games are in English, and English is considered to be an international language, so many players are also using English and so on. So yeah, I basically learned the majority of my knowledge in English by playing games. So definitely a big plus, I think. So before I mentioned competitive play, how it can maybe be a bit stressful, but actually at the same time it can be very good to play with other people, especially if they are maybe your friends and so on, and it can help you feel less lonely maybe by playing with others and so on. So I'm pretty sure it can help, especially maybe introverts and so on, or very shy people, to play with others and feel like you are socializing a bit. And yeah, I think it will take away some of your loneliness, I guess so. Because sometimes, people want to have someone to listen to them, even maybe even some advice or whatever it is. And sometimes it's maybe not easy to do in real life. Also, I think it's quite easy to feel like you can accomplish something, so achieve something. For example, in real life, it's quite difficult to achieve something. Of course, it's maybe because people don't notice it. There can be small achievements every day, but still, I feel like people definitely feel that in game it's sometimes easier to achieve something, to accomplish something, as I said, and this definitely gives you a feeling of satisfaction that again can relieve your stress. So in that sense, I do think can be something positive in terms of relieving your stress. So yes, as conclusion, I think gaming can be quite good for many people, but have to be mindful to make sure you are not exceeding any limits, because most things done in extremes are not good, and for sure you need to make sure that you are taking care of your real life too while playing games, that you don't sacrifice your real life, you don't sacrifice your health, and you don't sacrifice your financial situation and so on. But if not, then I think gaming can be really good way how to relieve your stress. Just the way I'm doing now, just driving around, it's chill, nice scenery, and meanwhile talking to you, but you could be listening to music instead, or a podcast, or whatever it can be. Have a good time by doing whatever you like to do in games. Make sure that you are having fun in games. That's the main purpose you should be playing games for. And if you are doing so, then I'm sure you can enjoy gaming, and it can be there only to relieve your stress, not to give you stress. This is what you should be aiming for your own good. Anyway, see you. Take care. Bye.